In our modern age, the idea that Albert Einstein is the smartest scientist in history has spread. But this prevailing idea has been invalidated by Muslim scholars whose names have been engraved on the walls of science as the best scientists known to mankind. Al-Khwarizmi. He is Muhammad ibn Musa al-Khwarizmi, a Muslim mathematician and astronomer, born in the year 780 AD, and died in the year 850 AD, and worked in the House of Wisdom in Baghdad during the reign of Caliph al-Ma'mun, translating many manuscripts, scientific and philosophical research, and publishing original research, writing many books in mathematics, the most important of which is the book Al-Muqtazar in calculating algebra and Al-Muqabala, which presents how to solve linear and quadratic equations, contributing significantly to the progress of mathematics. He authored the book Arithmetic in Indian Numerals, which is mainly responsible for the transmission of Indian numerals to the Middle East and then to Europe, and many of his works were translated into Latin, and he named algorithms after him. Al-Khwarizmi's use of algebra to solve inheritance problems and ways to divide it according to Islamic law, authoring a book entitled Image of the Earth, in which he provided accurate coordinates for regions in Asia, Africa, and areas along the Mediterranean Sea, which are more accurate than those presented by the scientist Ptolemy, creating a world map for the Caliph al-Ma'mun, and his participation in a project to determine the circumference of the Earth. Presentation of a collection of astronomical tables through Indian and Greek sources. Provide tables containing values for the sign of the angle. Ibn Sina. He is Abu Ali al-Hussein bin Abdullah bin Sina, known in the West as Ibn Sina. Born in the year 980 AD in the village of Afshna near the city of Bukhara in Uzbekistan and died in 1037 AD. He is a Muslim philosopher and physician, and is considered one of the most prominent and influential doctors in the Islamic and European world for several centuries. His students called him the chief sheikh, while the Europeans called him the prince of physicians. His father was keen to provide him with the best education, as he was a prophet and intelligent child. At the age of 10 he learned and memorized the Holy Quran by heart, and mastered the Arabic language and literature. Then studied Islamic law, jurisprudence, philosophy, logic, and natural sciences, for a period of 6 years until he reached the age of 16. And at the age of 13 he began studying medicine to become at the age of 18 a doctor of wide reputation and fame in his town and the neighboring towns. Ibn Sina excelled in many medical fields, where he was able to treat many diseases, know their causes, and understand their nature. Among his most prominent achievements are the following. Authored approximately 450 books, of which there are now about 240 books in various fields including philosophy, medicine, astronomy, and engineering. Authoring a comprehensive medical encyclopedia in the name of Al-Qanun in medicine, which consists of 5 authored volumes that summarize Arabic and Greek medicine and describe 760 drugs for the treatment of diseases. Describe the anatomy of the eye with an accurate description of eye diseases such as cataracts. Discovering some infectious diseases such as tuberculosis. Clarify the symptoms of some chronic diseases such as diabetes. Description of mental disorders, and the neuroanatomy of the spine in 8 chapters. Describe the period of birth and where the infants sleep and feed. Ibn al-Haytham. He is Al-Hasan ibn al-Haytham, born in the year 965 AD and died in the year 1041 AD. He is an Arab Muslim scientist who contributed in many fields, the most important of which are mathematics, physics, and astronomy. He has many achievements, the most important of which are the following. Achieving success in the field of optics, and authoring several books, the most famous of which is the Book of Optics. distinction in his development of theories related to light and vision. He was called Ptolemy II. Linking algebra and geometry, and playing an important role in modern science and analytical engineering. Al-Idrisi. Al-Idrisi was born in the city of Córdoba in Andalusia in the year 1099 AD, and his studies were focused on medicinal plants. And he achieved many distinguished achievements, most notably the following: excellence in several fields, the most important of which are botany, geography, zoology, and topography. Authoring the book The Collector of the Characteristics of Plant Seeds, in which he described many types of different plants and extracted a large number of new medicines from them. Writing many geographical encyclopedias, the most famous of which are Anis al-Mahaj and Rawd al-Faraj, which were translated into Latin and spread in the East and West. Al-Batani. He is Abu Abdullah al-Batani, born in 862 AD and died in 929 AD. He is an Arab Muslim astronomer and mathematician, and he achieved several achievements, including the following: opening square bracket 4. The first to replace the chord in mathematics, and the first to use the cotangent. Provide tables of angles and their cotangents by estimating degrees. Authored several books on astronomy and trigonometry. Abu Bakr al-Razi. He is Abu Bakr Muhammad ibn Zakaria al-Razi, a Persian Muslim scientist, physician and philosopher. Born in the year 854 AD, and he has many achievements, including the following: achieving many achievements in various fields, the most important of which are medicine, chemistry and philosophy. Authored a wide range of books and articles, contributing effectively to the field of medicine and adding many developments to it through understanding and realizing the medical issue, taking notes on it, and conducting the necessary research. Al-Biruni. He is Abu Rayyan al-Biruni, a Muslim scientist, physicist, astronomer, and researcher in psychology. Born in 973 AD, and is considered one of the greatest scientists known in the Islamic era. And among his most prominent achievements are the following: gain extensive knowledge and make great achievements in the field of science, studying and writing down history as it is considered a historian, speaking in more than one language, including Greek, Persian, Arabic, Sanskrit, Hebrew, and Syriac, where he is known as a linguist. In our modern age, the idea that Albert Einstein is the smartest scientist in history has spread. But this prevailing idea has been invalidated by Muslim scholars whose names have been engraved on the walls of Al-Kindi. He is Abu Yusuf Yaqub bin Ishaq Ahmad al-Sabr al-Kindi. He is an Arab Muslim scientist, philosopher, cosmologist, musician, and meteorologist. Among his most important achievements are the following: introducing Indian numbers to the Islamic and Christian worlds. He excelled in physics, chemistry, science, and logistics, and achieved many achievements in them. Al-Zahrawi. Abu al-Qasim al-Zahrawi was born in the year 963 AD and died in the year 1013 AD. He is an Arab Muslim physician and one of the greatest famous surgeons in the Islamic world. Among his achievements are the following: authored many books, the most important of which is the book Al-Tasrif for those unable to write, which is considered a medical encyclopedia consisting of 30 volumes, containing surgical drawings of more than 200 surgical instruments, the majority of which were designed by him, in European universities over the subsequent 5 eras, achieving several important achievements, including major operations such as caesarean delivery, and his use of silk to sew wounds. Ibn al-Batani. He is Abu Muhammad ibn al-Batani, a Spanish Muslim scientist, and one of the greatest prominent scientists in botany and pharmacology in the Middle Ages. Among his most important achievements are the following: moving between countries and continents to collect various medicinal plants and herbs. Authored several books, the most famous of which is the Botanical Encyclopedia, entitled The Whole of Medicines and Food Vocabulary, which includes more than 1,400 different types of medicinal plants and their benefits, as many of them were not known before that. Ibn al-Nafis. He is a Muslim scientist and physician, born in Damascus, Syria in 1213 AD, and has many achievements in medicine, the most important of which are the following: conducting researches on the circulatory system and describing it in his books and writings. The first to describe the pulmonary circulation, as scientists remained relying on his theory, which was not mentioned and explained with such accuracy until after 400 years by William Harvey, who described it in his book The Movement of the Heart. Thabit bin Qurra. Thabit bin Qurra was born in 836 AD in the city of Harran, which is currently located in the state of Turkey. He is an Arab scholar who left for Baghdad to join the scientific group there. He made many achievements, the most important of which are the following: writing many books in the field of science, especially mechanics and astronomy, his proficiency in mathematics at an early age, and his discovery of positive real numbers. Jabir bin Hayyan. Jabir bin Hayyan was born in 721 AD in the city of Tus in Iran and died in 805 AD. He is a well-known Muslim scholar whose most prominent contributions are the following: authored many books in several different fields of science, including chemistry, physics, engineering, philosophy, geography, and astronomy. A prominent interest in chemistry, where he established modern chemistry and carried out and perfected many chemical experiments, including distillation, crystallization, sublimation, and others, so he was called the father of chemistry. Khayyam. Omar Khayyam is a Muslim astronomer, mathematician and poet. He was born in 1048 AD in the city of Nishapur, Iran. He has many important achievements, including the following: discovering a method for classifying and solving cubic equations based on engineering methods, developed the annual calendar, which became known as the solar calendar, which is considered the most accurate calendar, as it is more accurate than the Gregorian calendar. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel to receive all new. Like the video and share the video with friends to benefit.